This is the channel of eye bags, apparently. Apparently. Okay. So, moving to the round. Oh, knocking everything over. You know, I love what Mascaras and Mixture said last week. The mess on my desk has no respect for me. That was friggin' hilarious. And so true. About things. Okay, welcome back. If you don't know me, I'm TK. And this channel is all about doing a little bit of makeup, doing some food, having a lot of fun. And if that sounds like a good time to you, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and make sure your notifications are turned on to all. And don't forget to leave a like on this video. Thank you so much. So this week's Music and Makeup Monday. This week I was kind of trying to think about a theme, like what am I, I try to do these sort of as a group of songs that are a thing. So this week we are going to talk about songs where the singer, not the actual recording artist, but the singer sounds like a complete a-hole because of the content of the song. And these are songs that, granted, are like 40 years old, 50 years old maybe. And they really wouldn't, I don't think they'd fly today, honestly, with today's social mores. But that is also kind of the commentary that we're going to look at here today, which is the mores of a society are often reflected in the music that becomes popular within that society. So we're going to listen to 3 songs. We're going to do a little commentary on them. We're going to talk about the age in which they evolved, and we're going to do a little bit of makeup. We're going to do a makeup look. And if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, then stick around. We'll be right back.
Yeah. Oh, they don't know me like they think they know me.
Today's makeup look is going to feature the Huda Beauty Rose Gold's Remastered palette. This palette is beautiful pinks, golds, all those beautiful shades. If you're looking for something to do a great Valentine's Day look, I think this would be great. I am not a fan of Huda, and if you've been here before, you know she's a little cash grabby for me. And also, I bought those neon palettes, and they're trash. I don't like them. And I've bought some of her other 9pan palettes, and the quality is okay at best. But this particular palette, I really like. And the formula is very different. So I don't know why this one is so nice. And actually, this one caught a lot of shit, and I don't know why. We're going to try these Lash Scoop Dramatic Lashes. And I just picked up something today called Duo Quickset Lash Adhesive. It's purple. The blue, it's not the blue. The blue is the one that everybody's like, that'll screw up your life. But this is this is something new. I hope it is quick fix. We'll see how these products work, but I just wanted to kind of give you an idea of like, these are the products I'm going to use so that we don't have to not talk about music. A-hole songs. There's a lot of them. I'm sure that as you guys have grown up in whatever generation you grew up in, there's been songs where you're like, that is trash. The sentiment is trash. It would never fly today. There's a lot of songs that have come up, and from newer artists, and as music has evolved, as popular music has evolved, that shows how the morals and the mores of our society have changed and are changing and are evolving, and most of that is for the good. These songs come from way back, and obviously they would because this stuff has changed so much over the years. I started high school in 83, graduated 85, went to college for the rest of the 80s. So like my whole high school, college, those formative years were all in the 80s, with the 80s music, which I loved, especially the music. The music was amazing. We had our second British invasion during the 80s. The British invasion actually yielded this group called the Outfield. But the song that they brought us, to me, when I listen to it, I'm like, wait a minute, is he talking about like straight up just cheating? Just like straight up, hey girl, come over because my girlfriend is out of town. That was kind of a shocker to me in the 80s. And I still remember the song to this day because of that. So, gonna get this eye look started. And we're gonna take a listen to Your Love by the Outfield. Just for a little bit. And then we'll talk about it. Okay, so like I guess he's honest with her. Stay the night but keep it undercover. First of all, Josie's on a vacation far away. Come around, talk it over. Talk what over? Really? I don't have a lot of friends. Yeah, you don't have a lot of friends because you're a giant piece of crap. Yeah, I don't have a lot of friends I can talk to. So I gotta find some chick while my girlfriend's out of town. Maybe the things you had to talk about could have waited. So later in the song, there's a line where he says, just because you're right don't mean I'm wrong. What? What? You're wrong. Calling up another chick and going, I just want to use your love tonight while your girlfriend's out of town, that is definitely a POS move, dude. Okay. Like this, something like this just wouldn't fly today. People would just be like, that is trash. I'm going to be fair to the group. The guitarist and the lead singer got together on like a Saturday. The guitarist was like, oh, hey, I thought about this song. Josie's on a vacation far away. And come around, talk it over, right? So he's like, then the lead singer's like, Josie's on a vacation far away. And the guitar player's like, yeah, that's cool. It's not a true story, to be fair to them. It was just sort of a thing that they wrote. And they like wrote it in 20 minutes, but I think he said it was like 12 hours to get it recorded once they got in the studio. Because I think for me, it's the boldness of it that is just like, yeah. He says, as you leave me, let's listen to that next line. As you leave me, please won't you close the door and don't forget what I told you. Just 'cause you don't need around another shoulder to cry upon. I just wanna use your love tonight. Yeah, I don't wanna lose your love. He's like, as you leave me, close the door and don't forget what I told you. Probably like, keep it quiet. That's what he says. Because he says to her earlier, stay the night, but keep it undercover. And that is so much trash. He just sounds like a jerk. So he just sounds like a jerk. But the thing is, like, it slaps. It's a great song. And You should see people just getting like so excited about dancing to this song. If something like that actually happened to them, it would be terrible. It'd be terrible for their life. So that is Your Love by The Outfield. And honestly, you know, like, I like the song, but I don't like this. I mean, I like the tune of it and everything. It's pretty cool. But I do not like the sentiment of it. It hit the charts in 1986. Even the lead singer of the group says the video didn't make a lot of sense to him, but it was sort of a whirlwind thing, like, oh, we're and it actually took so long to film the video that if you watch the beginning of the video, you'll see his hair was long. He got a haircut. That's how long it took to coordinate and get the video finally done and get everybody together to do it. That he had to get a haircut in between. So if you watch the very beginning of the video, you'll see him. He kind of walks into a stage and he walks past this girl and they sort of make eye contact, whatever. And then he's got really long hair, but then he walks up to the stage to sing and his hair's really short. And he said they didn't even care. They were just like, leave it. It's just taken so much to get this together. So yeah, so that is Your Love by The Outfield. Okay, so we're going to kind of start working on that center of that eye and a little bit toward the middle. Let's start with move to our next song. So yes, anytime that a singer is singing about like just blatant cheating, they're gonna sound like an a-hole. But this one is a little bit different. This is a song from, well, there were a couple groups that recorded this. The Fifth Dimension recorded it. If y'all remember The Fifth Dimension, their lead singer was a woman named Marilyn McCoo. Now, while those of you that grew up in the 80s might not remember The Fifth Dimension so much, you will know Marilyn McCoo from a show called Solid Gold. She was a host of Solid Gold. And she was the lead singer for The Fifth Dimension. And this song was recorded by The Fifth Dimension first, but never really became a hit for them. And then Johnny Maestro and the Brooklyn Bridge recorded it, and it became a huge hit for them in 1969. February of 1969, it hit number 3 on the Billboard charts. The song is called The Worst That Could Happen. And let's give it a listen. And then we'll talk about what's really the worst that could happen.
I heard you're getting married. Heard you're getting married. This time you're really sure. And this is the end. They say you really mean it. This guy's the one that makes you feel so safe, so sane, and so secure. But it's the worst that could happen to me. I'll never get married, never get married. You know that's not my scene. But a girl like you needs to be married. the worst that could happen.
Let me get this whole ass straight. You and I have been together. You don't want to get married. I want to get married. So I find somebody that will commit and is doing good, and I go to be with them and get engaged, and now here your ass come talking about, girl, you're really gonna get married? I guess it's over between us. Yes, it's over. But girl, you getting married would be the worst thing that would happen to me. Is it really? Because actually the way you sound is the worst thing that would happen to you is having to commit to somebody and get married. I feel like this is where we really see how far our mores have come, because that song was very popular. It hit number 3 back in 1969. That meant a lot of people felt that song. They were like, yeah, I don't want to get married either. No, but if I lost you, girl. But now, let's fast forward to 2008. And you got Beyonce out here going, if you like it, you should have put a ring on it. This is what I mean when I say how truly back in the late 60s and the 70s. So you had this thing in the 70s where you sort of had like this free love. You had swinging became very popular. If you know what swinging is, just remember, keep in mind that swinging doesn't mean that you do it without your partner. Swinging by definition is you and your partner. So it's not like, oh, but I wanted to go sleep with him today while you were at work. No, that's not how swinging worked. Swinging was like having an open relationship, but having the mutual understanding that those adult activities would not be taking place outside of the other's presence. Okay? So swinging, just because you were a swinging couple, it wasn't a permission to have an affair. That's not how that worked. So swinging was very popular in the 70s, but here was the other thing. It was a bit, the mores were a bit loose. The whole uprising of cheating songs. So it isn't like cheating songs are new today, and it wasn't like cheating songs are new then, but they were just super popular. They became very popular in the country realms. So you had songs like Conway Twitty's I See the Want To in Your Eyes.
I see the sparkling little diamond on your hand. It's plain to see that you already got a man. And I can tell you're not about to fall for any of my lies. I see the want to in your eyes. Deep in your smile, there's a quiet, soft desire. Like the ember.
Kudos for any of you that recognize that from Family Guy. But you had, songs about that. Guys trolling bars to try to pick up married women, or or married guys trolling bars trying to pick up women. That was also the idea behind Bill Anderson's Liars 1, Believers 0, where he sort of, he goes out cheat on his wife. He calls his wife working late tonight. He's out trolling at a bar, telling his girl he's not married. He scores, and when he gets home, his wife is gone, as in gone. And so he's sort of keeping score. In the end, it's believers 1, liars 0. So those kind of cheating songs became super popular in country music in the 70s. Other kind of cheating songs became popular, you know, throughout. But there was this whole rise of not only cheating songs, but this idea that committing to one person was a huge mistake. And that has faded, and marriage became more popular. Getting married became more popular in the 80s. That's just a little insight into, you know, why that song became so popular, even though it's not really a cheating song. I mean, but the nerve, the audacity to sit there and go, oh, I didn't want to marry you. I see you're getting married. Oh, it's the worst thing that could happen to me is you getting married. Well, where were you with the ring? If you liked it, you should have put a ring on it. Okay, so we're going to finish off this I Look, and we're going to listen to the third song, which definitely is the most egregious, okay? The worst. And it's just a shame that it was recorded by such a lovely person. And certainly someone who's gone on to have a fantastic, amazing career. But, you know, there was this whole thing, like I said, there was this whole thing in the 70s of like, making these cheating songs, and that, you know, if you wanted to, and that making it in country music was, you know, recording these types of songs. So the last song we're going to listen to, where the person sounds like a garbage asshole person. The last song we're going to listen to is called The Midnight Oil, and it's by Barbara Mandrell. Let's just have a listen and try not to be really angry.
That call was from the office, and I guess I have to burn the midnight oil again. And you know how much the boss depends on me to lend a helping hand. I watch him in the mirror as I lie and tell him I don't know how late I'll be. While I'm putting on my makeup, I'm putting on the one that really loves me. The girls all got together and they called to see if I could have some fun tonight. But you know me, the only thing I do is go to work and watch TV. I watch him in the mirror as I lie and tell him I don't know how late I'll be. While I'm putting on my makeup, I'm putting on the one that really loves me. And tonight I'll cheat again. And tomorrow I'll be sorry. And I'll feel kinda dirty, 'cause I'll have the midnight all over me. God knows his dream would shatter if he knew the devil had me and won't set me free.
Girl, go ahead, blame it on the devil. But just blame your shit on the devil. Blame your shitty, horrible habit on. This might be the one time I feel sorry for the devil, because he don't deserve it. That is a garbage human being to stand there and lie and be like, oh, yeah, baby, I'm gonna come see you. Oh, hun, that call was in the office. I gotta go. Oh, the girls called me. They want me to come out and have some fun. The whole time you know what you're gonna do. You're standing there and you're even running it, like in the song, she's running it through her mind. Talk about, I'm putting on the one that really loves me. Got your nerve. She came with the audacity. That song makes me so angry. And I know I don't the thing is, here's my thing about this song. Why did it have to be written? Who wrote that? Why did you have to write that? That did not need to be written. That did not need to be a thing that we sing about. Like, girl, I can't even go on. Like, that song makes me so angry when I hear it. But the thing is, it's a product of its day. I do know that men sort of measured each other up by how many women that they slept with, whether they were married or not. Like, is that different now? Has that changed? I don't know. Maybe it has changed a little bit. You know, with the advent of AIDS in the 80s, like it became less cool to sleep with a bunch of women and have that on you, because it was kind of like, are you sure that you're not infected or whatever? But in the 70s, nobody was thinking about that. And it really became, and I know this because, and I kind of know how this was because it was part of the office culture. And it was part of the office culture that my mother worked in, where, you know, she would hear guys talking about, married guys talking about how many girls they hit on the weekend. You know what I mean? Back then, this is why I say, I feel like this song wouldn't fly today. I feel like if somebody recorded stuff, somebody would be like, that is trash. You are a trash human being to be standing there, putting on makeup, knowing what you're going to do. Like, wouldn't your husband be like, why is she even putting on makeup to go work at the office late? Like, why wouldn't you just put on like jeans and a shirt and just like, nobody's gonna see you? Girl, man, I don't, it would not fly. It would not fly at all. But back then, well, it did. That's just how much we have changed as human beings, and I think we've changed for the better. I think the fact that we look at that and we go, that is garbage. That is an absolute trash human being right there. I think the fact that we do that shows how far we have come. And we can keep going. Like, we can keep being better people. I mean, our music now reflects that we do better. That song by James Blunt, You're Beautiful. The fact that we loved that song and we played that song a lot. And I feel like it is sort of part of body positivity. It's part of the end of body shaming, in a sense that people just, you can look at somebody and be like, you're beautiful, because it really isn't about everything that's on the outside. It's also about what's on the inside. I think that the fact that we love that song shows that, you know, we're becoming better people. We're valuing more than just what's on the outside. Oh, there's a cute chick, I'm gonna go try to nail her tonight. You know what I mean? Like, that was kind of that 70s. That's kind of that 70s vibe. And the movies showed it too. The movies of the 70s showed it, you know, that's what was popular. That's what was glorified. But I think that our music today reflects the music of the 80s, definitely the music of the 90s as it became more empowering. The music of the aughts and the tens, I think, became more inclusive, and the themes were more inclusive. it shows how far we've come as a society. And we need to keep going in a very positive direction. I'm going to go ahead, finish up this eye look, and do a little foundation. I'll be right back for a recap. Okay, so I adjusted my lighting a little bit so you could really see this look. I hope that you like it. This look is like, you can go ahead and be an asshole, but I'm going out to find somebody that'll treat me better. That's what this look is. Okay, so today we talked about songs where the singer, not the performing artist, the singer sounds like an asshole because of the content of the music, the content of the song. The 3 songs that we talked about today were The Outfield, Your Love, which is, you know, basically like, oh, my girlfriend's out of town, why don't you come over, do the thing, but then shut up about it. And we did learn, of course, obviously, that was not a true story. It just, 2 guys just wrote that like off their head, and it became a really huge hit for them. The second song that we talked about was The Worst That Could Happen from 1969 by Johnny Maestro and the Brooklyn Bridge. And that song was about basically a guy that couldn't make a commitment to his girl, so his girl left him and found somebody else, and then he wants to talk about, you getting married to that new guy is the worst thing that could happen to me. And it's like, well, no, the worst thing that could happen to you is having to commit to somebody and get married. So I want to hear it. Bye. Next. Like Beyonce said, if you liked it, you should have put a ring on it. Seriously. And the third song we talked about was The Midnight Oil by Barbara Mandrell. A big hit for her in 1973. And that song was basically a woman who like sits there watching her husband watch her get ready to go cheat on him. Like, that is the biggest POS move, I think, of all 3 of these songs. Barbara Mandrell went on to record quite a few of those types of songs. And again, got to understand that, you know, that there were other singers that were becoming very popular for having these cheating songs. Conway Twitty was one, George Jones was another, in her, you know, at the same time. Stella Parton, Dolly Parton's sister, if you didn't know, actually had a bit of a singing career. She had a hit with this song called Standard Line No. 1, where she sort of keeps track of her husband's lies and assigns them numbers and talks about it in the song. So everybody was kind of jumping on this, you know, cheating song thing. And they were very, very popular, I think, because of the, you know, the mores of the day. Barbara Mandrell went on to have hits with songs like Married But Not to Each Other, another cheating song. And If Loving You Is Wrong, I Don't Want to Be Right. That one has actually been covered by many, many artists. I think Teddy Pendergrass covered that at the same time. And so I just got one more to say. Girl, maybe that's why you're sleeping single in a double bed. I hope you enjoyed doing Music and Makeup Monday today. If you know of any songs that are absolute crap songs like this, where the content is just garbage and the person sounds like garbage singing them, or whatever, or just songs that you find so atrocious that you know they would absolutely not fly today, go ahead, put them in the comments so we can chit chat about them. That'd be great. I hope wherever you are, you're having a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, and a great night. And I will see you in my next one. Bye, y'all.
Louboutin dripping, fucking bleeding out my sneaks. Throw my crown at your face in case you forgot I was king. I hope it leaves a mark if you forget where you're destined to be. Higher than wings flying outside of desert Syria.